Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, hi, I'm Nicola, and in today's video I'm basically just going to give you guys exactly what you want. Since I first came back to YouTube, you guys have been requesting for me to do a whole video dedicated to my MCAST experience, what it's about, and basically just everything about MCAST. So that's what I'm going to do in today's video. I'm going to give you a rundown of my experience, what the course is about, what you need to get in, and all of the other details. I actually made a massive list of things I want to speak about, as well as your guys' questions that you've asked me over the past couple of weeks. So yes, I think that's enough of me talking. Without further ado, let's get into the video. So I first wanted to start out by saying that I went to MCAST, which is the art school in Malta. So basically, straight after I finished school, secondary school, whatever you want to call it, basically straight after my O-levels, I applied with my O-levels and I got into MCAST and I studied the creative media production course. It's a 2-year full-time course, and at the end of those 2 years, which I am right now, you get an MQF level 4. How I got in basically was by presenting my O-level results. All you need is 4 O-levels to get in, but there are some compulsory things that you need, and the compulsory thing that I needed was my English O-level, which I got, so that's basically how I got in. Now I'm gonna explain to you guys how you can get in, because there are various ways to get in. Honestly, it's not just based on O-levels. If you don't have your O-levels, you can get in other ways. I'm gonna read my book now because I really don't want to get this wrong. So what you need to get in is either an Advanced Diploma in Art and Design, which you can do at MCAST itself, or an Advanced Diploma in Foundation Studies for Security, Enforcement and Protection, or 4 O-level passes, and the compulsory ones are either Art, English or Music Studies. So if you have any of those, basically you can apply and they might call you for an interview or even to ask you for your portfolio. To be honest, that never happened to me, so I don't really know what to say about that. But basically, with this course that I studied, creative media production, a lot of people call it the media course over there. What you can do after is become a camera person, a video editor. You can also become an audio assistant, a production assistant and a production runner. Of course, these are just like the basic things that, you know, they actually train you for, and you can become those things straight after you finish those 2 years. But there are loads of different things you can do with this course. It teaches you so much about the media industry in general that honestly it prepares you to work in the outside world. That's what I absolutely love about MCAST. It's just a very hands-on school in general. They really give you the skills, not just to know what you're doing. They give you the skills to actually work outside and to apply what you know to the working world, which I absolutely love and I think is an amazing idea. So what's this course about? What do you do in this course? What do you study? What are the subjects? How do you go about it? Like, what's the deal? So many people don't really understand, I think, how MCAST works. I never really understood it, to be honest, before I went in. So I would have really loved a video like this, but I'm just gonna explain to you exactly what it's about, how it works, and basically all the ins and outs of MCAST. So the course, as I mentioned, is a 2-year full-time course, and it's split up in 2 years, and the year is split up into 2 semesters. So you have from like September, October till January, and then from January till middle of June, something like that. But basically, yes, as I mentioned, it's a very hands-on course, so you actually get to use the cameras, you learn how to edit, you learn how to use audio, all of these things you learn, and you're tested on assignments. You don't have any exams, tests, maybe like a few here and there, but at the end of the day, assignments are the main thing you're graded on. And each subject is split up into 4 tasks, so throughout like the 4 months of the semester, you have 4 tasks that you need to do, so basically like a task a month. The media industry is always changing, so MCAST always tries to adapt their courses, they always try to adapt the lessons and the subjects that they teach. So I'm just gonna give you an idea of what I had, the subjects I had, and basically split them up for you into the years and the semesters. So in my first year and my first semester, I had around 6 subjects, and those were IT, basically what you do in school, just a bit more advanced maybe, and you have tests on those. Then I had contextual studies. It sounds like something crazy, but honestly it was so much fun. What we did was we watched movies and then we had to analyze them, speak about what we saw, the sound, the lighting, all of that stuff. Then we had editing. We went briefly into editing, and that's more where we learned the history of film. We also had English, because obviously English is a very spoken language here in Malta, and wherever you go in the world you're gonna need English. So it was basically just grammar and things we needed to know in general. It's really nothing like school, it's really not that difficult. Then we also had something called video technologies, which was so much fun. We learned all about ISO, aperture, we learned about shutter speed, all of basically the behind the scenes of a camera, how a camera works, how to set up a camera, what camera angles to use, what camera movements to use, the lenses, how to operate a camera in general, the different settings on a camera, and so on and so forth. I'm not gonna go too much into it, but you get the gist. And we also had a subject on sound. Now, sound was not my forte, but for you guys who love sound, you're gonna love this topic. We have sound in each semester every year, I think. We learned about sound waves, about different microphones, what setup you need for a music video, for films, basically just how important sound is in the media industry, how to set up a microphone, how to attach it to the camera, how to sync sounds, and all of that stuff. Now moving on to the second semester. So year 1, semester 2, we had, again, I think it was 6 subjects. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why am I counting 4? I'm sure we had more. Basically, the end goal of the first semester season 2 was to create our own advert. So we were put into groups of, I think, 3 or 4 people. I was with my 2 friends, Alex and Nigel. They were honestly my buddies in this course. We worked so well together, and we actually produced a really good advert at the end of it. But basically, yes, all the subjects we had were leading up to that advert. So we had a subject on advertising, where we learned how to advertise a product when it comes to film, what adverts work, what adverts don't work, how adverts go viral, and the music and everything that basically goes into a video advert we learned about. To go hand in hand with that, we learned single camera techniques, which was basically how to use a camera again, but more when it comes to like adverts and the different styles and the camera angles, the camera movements, all of that stuff, but with just one camera. We continued IT throughout the second semester as well, and we also had a subject on pre-production. Pre-production basically was all the behind the scenes and all the preparation of what goes into filming an advert or filming any sort of video in general. It could be a movie, it could be an advert, it could be a music video, anything. We learned how to plan it, we learned how to create a floor plan and just plan everything out. It was a lot of lists, a lot of writing, storyboarding. It was actually so much fun, and I never realized how important planning is, but planning is like 70% of the work. Like, that needs to be done, because if that's not done, so many things can go wrong that you wouldn't even realize. So yes, those were all the subjects in my first year. Now moving on to the second year, semester 1. Here I'm counting 5 subjects. Again, I'm pretty sure I had more, but I can't really remember. So we had graphic design, where we learned Photoshop, we learned all the like Adobe softwares, basically how to use them, how to design like a graphic poster, how to design a movie poster, which was really, really cool, to be honest. We also had multi-camera techniques. So in the first year we had single camera, but in the second year we had multi-camera. So basically this is like when you see the Ellen show and they use the different cameras, how to switch from camera to camera, how live TV works and all the planning and scheduling that goes into it to switch from one camera to the next. We learned how to use the cameras in the studio. At school we have a studio, so we learned how to use those. Then we also had a subject on interviewing techniques. We learned how to actually hand out an interview ourselves. We actually had an interview ourselves online. We learned about the different types of interviews that there are, what to do, what not to do, the preparation before an interview, what you do after an interview, what you do in between an interview, all of that stuff. We also had another unit on sound, and I think this one was, I honestly can't even remember like the different sounds that we had, because we had like audio production, sound techniques or something like that. But we also had another unit on sound, and lastly we had a unit on entrepreneurship, so basically how to become an entrepreneur, how to run your own business, the different sort of techniques that you can use to plan your business, to run your business. We also had to work in groups towards the end of the semester, which was really fun. We had to come up with our own business and basically how we were gonna pitch it. We learned loads of really cool techniques that honestly I still use till this day, and really cool methods. So yes, entrepreneurship was one of our last subjects that we had in second year semester 1. Then moving on to second year semester 2, this was the semester where at the end of the semester we had to create a music video. Now because of COVID, we had to do this all by ourselves. Guys, imagine creating a music video by yourself. Music videos like normally consist of a team of like, I don't even know, but it ranges from like 5 people to at least like 50 people, you know. But we had to do this all by ourselves. It was a struggle, but I'm honestly like so impressed with how we all managed. We were so resourceful, like we made use of everything we had and we made it work. We had had a whole unit on music videos, so we studied music videos, the different types of music videos that there are, what camera angles to use for this type of music video, what camera movements to use for this type of music video. We analysed music videos, we planned our own music videos, and we actually shot them ourselves. With that, another very practical unit that we had was motion graphics. Honestly, I thought I was gonna hate this subject, but I honestly loved it so much. I basically created an opening sequence for the Circle Netflix. Now, an opening sequence is basically like the intro of the movie or the series that you're gonna watch, but our task was to create an opening sequence, so I did it on the Circle. For this, we used After Effects. We learned how to use After Effects, and we basically created our motion graphic on that. We had a very cool mix of subjects in the second semester because we had communications, which was basically a lot of like life skills and how to apply for jobs, and we learned about CVs, portfolios, show reels, all of that stuff, and how to create a good portfolio that stands out, how to work in a workplace, how to conduct an interview, what to do when you're in an interview, and all of those things, which are honestly so good to know. Then we also had a subject called intrapersonal and interpersonal. I still don't know how to say those words. I think all courses at MCAST have this, but it was more like life skills and learning about yourself, confidence, patience, how to prioritize things, how to schedule things, all of that. It was basically just learning how to live in this world while being in a media industry. In the second semester, we also had editing, and to be honest, I can't even remember what it was called, the subject, but we basically had editing. We learned everything online. Obviously, because of COVID, the first year was all at school, but our second year was all online. So you can imagine like a practical course online. To be honest, we managed really well, but it would have been nice if we were at school. Obviously, we couldn't be at school, it's okay, but we still managed, and we actually learned how to edit completely online. Our teacher was the best, Mr. Camilleri, we love him so much. He taught us editing, basically green screens, chroma keying, we had color grading as well, how to quick edit. We used a program called DaVinci Resolve. If you guys want to get started in editing, it's an amazing program. It's free of charge as well, so you can use it, and it honestly has everything you ever need to edit. So if you're looking for a good editing program, DaVinci Resolve, I'll link it down below. And the last subject we had, if I'm remembering correctly, was called vocational. Basically, the whole aim of this was we had to do a work placement with a media company and just do 100 hours on that, do a write-up, create a portfolio, and I think that's about it. So yes, that was a long debrief of all the subjects we had, if I'm remembering correctly. Now, when it comes to the actual assignments, as I said, you have 4 assignments for each unit, and if you fail, you don't actually like fail the whole course. You can do a synoptic, which is like a reset. There's a percentage that you need to pass in order to pass the unit, but if you fail one assignment, you can't actually do a synoptic. Thank God I never had a synoptic to do, so yes, that made my life 10 times easier. And now I think the part you guys all want to know: what was my experience, how did I enjoy it, did I enjoy it, did I not enjoy it, what did I do, and basically what's the whole atmosphere over there. Honestly, I really enjoyed it, and yesterday when I was going through like photos and videos of school, I do miss it, and I am gonna miss it a lot because I honestly had so much fun. I had such a nice class. My classmates were all really nice, we all really got on. In the second year we'd never really met each other face to face, but Nigel and Alex were the ones that stayed with me from first year to second year, so I obviously grew really close to them and we really worked well together. What I like about MCAST as well is that you're not all the same age, so if you go in straight after your O-levels, you might have people who are older than you, and that I absolutely love because anyone can enter this course. I'm honestly really grateful I had older people in my class. It was really nice to learn from them, to learn about their experiences as well in past schools, and yes, I honestly really like that about MCAST, that there are people from everywhere, different ages. Now, I don't want to sit here and make it sound like it was the easiest 2 years of my life, because to be honest, it was probably the most stressful 2 years of my life, especially when you add COVID on top of that. Like, honestly, the second year was just really stressful for me. There was a lot going on, like it was like personal things going on as well, so when you mix that with school plus online, you know, I'm sitting at my desk all day every day, and assignments on top of that, like the pressure is literally real, like you feel it. But it was fun, you know, it really taught me a lot. It taught me how to be resilient, how to not give up, you know. I wanted to give up so many times. I don't even want to tell you how many times I wanted to give up, but I stuck through it. It was a course that I learned so much from. I'm gonna keep the things that I know for the rest of my life, and I can't imagine myself going anywhere else to learn the things that I've learned. What's really fun about it is that normally they give you like one off day, so you'd have like 4 days of school. In our second semester, we only actually had 3 days of school and we had 2 days off. So that was like a bonus with MCAST. Like, I love that. It is a full-time course though, so if you have a job, it needs to be part-time. You're not gonna manage with a full-time job. I feel like I should wrap up this video here just to say that, you know, MCAST is an amazing school to go to. You learn so much from it. It's such a hands-on practical course. I really don't know why there's this like stigma that people who go to MCAST are like failures or like they're just the dropouts of school. It really isn't like that. To be honest, in my opinion, MCAST is on par with university. I'm not gonna lie, like you learn so much from there and you go out ready to work in the working world. Like you know everything you need to know. You are ready, they prepare you for it. And right now I can literally just go and apply for a job and not have the qualifications for it, and I'll know exactly what I need to do. So yes, if you guys are looking into MCAST, honestly I would 100% look into it. If you have any questions, of course leave them down below. I'd love to help you out, or DM me on Instagram. I really want you guys to do well and I really want you guys to enjoy it. So yes, feel free to ask me anything. Don't feel shy, just ask me anything you want. But I just wanted to end by saying I had an amazing time there. I met amazing people. I learned so much. The teachers were so nice. It was tough, but obviously what isn't tough? You obviously still have to work hard, you still have to turn in your assignments, but that's with every course. So I'm not gonna sit here and just tell you that it was like a walk in the park, because it wasn't. But it was fun. It wasn't like a normal school where, you know, you do homework, you do tests, you do exams. Like, we had fun assignments. Our assignments were literally creating an advert, creating a music video, creating an opening sequence for a Netflix film. Like, they were mad assignments. They were fun to work on. There are some written assignments as well, obviously typing and all of that, so research based, but honestly really nothing out of this world. I would 100 billion% recommend it. But yes guys, I hope you enjoyed getting to know how my experience was at MCAST. I really wish you the best of luck with your studies, if you're going to MCAST or not. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and you got some value from it, and I'll see you again for a brand new video very soon. Bye guys!
Cause I know that I had a dream.